Pete, where are you right now?
Huh? Mom? Why are you texting me right now?
I've got something I need to ask you. Do you have a second to chat?
I'm a little bit busy right now, but what is it?
Seems like you're not home right now. Where are you?
Huh? Did you go to my place? I don't remember you ever saying you'd be making your way over.
I came by to share some things I received as gifts, but when I rang the doorbell, no sound came from inside. I thought you might have gone out, or maybe even turned off the sound because you'd be going out for a while.
Well, that's actually true. Right now, Mary and I are on a little getaway, just the two of us at a hot spring resort. We're even in the mixed bath right now.
I see. A hot spring trip, huh?
Yeah, we decided last minute that we'd take a trip together this weekend. Mary had been wanting to go to this particular hot spring inn, so I booked it. The mixed bathing was the selling point for me.
Well, as long as you two are getting along, that's what matters.
Yeah, but I should probably get going soon. We still need to get to the inn's souvenir shop before it closes. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll even get you a little something as a souvenir.
Oh, that's sweet of you, thank you. Now, before you go, there's just one more thing.
What is it?
Mary, she's been left in the bathtub at home, but she's still got a broken bone.
What?
She was forced into the bathroom, and when she slipped, she lost her balance and ended up falling into the tub. Of course, I'd already rescued her, and we've called an ambulance. She's been treated at the hospital and is staying there. It's not really an emergency that needs to be reported, since it doesn't seem too serious.
Wait a second. It sounds like you're thinking I did something to her, but that's not the case. Mary's been with me the whole time.
Huh?
I made sure to lock up properly before leaving, and there's no way anyone else, let alone Mary, would be in the house. You think there's some doppelganger impersonating her? And why would she be stuck in the bathtub with a broken bone? What kind of crazy situation is that?
Well, but I rang the doorbell and nobody answered. I heard a loud noise from inside, so I started to worry something had happened. I'm sorry, but I used the spare key I've been keeping, and I went inside.
Wait, you have a spare key?
Yes, we decided a while ago that we'd each keep a spare key to each other's places in case of emergencies. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it to you before.
I don't remember that.
Anyway, when I went inside and looked around, I checked the bathroom, and there was Mary, unconscious in the bathtub, still with water in it and a broken bone.
No, wait. Wait, it's not that strange for us to leave a bathtub filled with water for a short trip like this. But again, I'm telling you, Mary is with me, and this is a picture we took before we got into the hot spring. The hotel staff took it for us.
Wait, is that Mary? Oh, what is going on?
Oh, wait just a second. Mary's saying she thinks that woman might be her twin sister.
Her twin sister? Now that you mention it, I remember Mary talking about that when we visited for the marriage introduction. She said that her parents always favored her twin sister and that after graduating high school, she was practically kicked out of her parents' house. She hasn't been back to visit in almost 10 years.
Ah, so it's kind of like they've been estranged then. I'm not sure why her twin sister would have been at our place, but if there really are two people who look that alike, then maybe Mary's the one getting confused.
So you're saying the person in the hospital now might actually be her sister?
Yeah, the twin's name is Bailey, I think. There's a chance Bailey is either mistaken about what happened or maybe even making up some story.
Well, either way, I hate to ask, but you should cut your trip short and come home. This is your place, and I can't handle all this by myself.
Got it. But I drove here, and both Mary and I had some drinks, so I can't drive back just yet. I'll have to wait until tomorrow morning when the alcohol wears off before we can leave.
Well, I guess it's the only choice then. I understand. Good morning, Mary. Can you use your smartphone?
Yes, Laura.
My aunt, who just arrived here, is going to help me input things for you, if that's okay. Oh, the one who cares about you the most out of all your relatives, right? Yes, that's her. Well, if that's the case, I don't mind at all. In fact, this is because of my foolish son, so it's good for someone who's helping you to know the situation. Then, if you don't mind, I'll take advantage of your kindness and proceed. First, thank you for preparing a temporary smartphone for me. As I mentioned yesterday, my own smartphone was taken away by Bailey. It's been a huge help. It's nothing. It's a prepaid phone, so it might be a bit inconvenient, but it's better than not having one at all. Yes, thank you very much. Now, please allow me to report the situation so far. Go ahead. First of all, as you suspected, my foolish son seems to have gone on a trip to the hot spring with Bailey. When I explained the situation here, he tried to cover it up by saying Mary was with me and it was Bailey who ended up in the hospital. I see, so that's what happened. He even sent me a picture of the two of them taken at the inn. But even if it was just by chance, knowing how to tell the two of you apart made it backfire on him. By sending that picture, he basically proved himself that it was Bailey who was with him on the trip. I never expected that casual conversation would actually be useful. It really was just by chance, but the way I taught you to tell the two of us apart, I never mentioned it to Kiyoshi. I never thought that the two of them would actually have a chance to cross paths, so that's what happened, huh? Anyway, I've been getting a flood of messages from Kiyoshi just now. I need to deal with those for a moment. Thank you for your help.
Mom! This is bad!
What's wrong?
Bailey was taken away!
You've already made it back home, right?
Yes. When I got home, I found a middle-aged couple waiting at the front door. They yelled at Bailey and slapped her, then just took her away. What's going on?
Pete, don't you feel like what you're saying is a bit contradictory?
Contradictory?
Who was taken away by that couple waiting for you?
Bailey!
Who was it that went on the trip with you?
Sorry, I got flustered and mixed up the names. Oh, I can't believe I made a mistake with my wife's name. I need to calm down and think straight. It was Mary who was taken away.
Pete.
Hey, what am I supposed to do?
You need to realize that everything's already been figured out. Let me tell you something. I know how to tell Mary and Bailey apart.
What?
When you two had just gotten married, I happened to have the chance to learn it from Mary. She said it was something that Bailey herself probably didn't even realize. Not many people can tell the two apart using that method. She mentioned that.
What's this method? I just tell them apart by their hairstyles and clothing preferences. When we were on the trip, I had Mary wear a wig to match her usual hairstyle so no one would catch on.
You really think now is the right time to be telling me this?
But still.
I think by now you understand that the one rescued from the bathtub and hospitalized is Mary. Pete, it was Bailey who you took on the hot spring trip. No, the affair trip. Your relationship has been exposed, and the couple who took Bailey away were Mary and Bailey's parents.
What? Those people are their parents? Why? Why are their parents suddenly involved?
Recently, a company had been persistently offering us a deal, and when Mary realized that it was her father's company, she told me about it.
Wait, seriously?
At first, I didn't think it would be a reason to turn down the deal, but then the incident in the bathtub happened and your affair with Bailey came to light.
This is really bad, huh?
So I suggested to Mary's father, even though this situation is personal, it's clear that it's a disadvantage for both of our companies. How about we settle it by having you two who committed the infidelity pay Mary a lump sum for the damages, and we agree to cut off all future business dealings between our companies.
And what happened after that?
The proper response will likely come soon. For now, the reply I received was, "We'll pick up Bailey right away." So they arranged to ambush you when you returned home.
I see. I thought sending the photo of the two of us together during the trip would make it hard to tell us apart since we're twins. But instead, it ended up being the concrete proof that confirmed the affair.
Pete, you're disowned.
Huh?
Decide for yourself whether you stay at the company or not.
What? I have no choice but to stay. I'm supposed to be the next president, after all.
Huh? Did I ever say that?
But my mom is the president.
So?
My grandfather was the first president, my dad was the second, and my mom's the third. When Dad passed away, I was still a student, so I was supposed to take over when I was old enough, right?
What are you talking about? We're arranging for the current executive director to take over as president next year.
What? He's not even related to our family.
I'm just choosing someone who's fit to be the leader of the company. It's strange to cling to a hereditary system when thinking about the future of the company. And also, Mary is moving forward with the divorce, so you should prepare for that.
Are you serious?
Mary, how are you feeling? I'm doing okay. It looks like I'll be able to leave the hospital in a few days. The doctors say that I'll still need crutches for a little while, but I should be able to get back to work by next month. I'm looking forward to returning to my routine, even if it's going to take some time to fully recover. That's such a relief to hear, but I want to remind you not to push yourself too hard. You've been through a lot recently, dealing with the divorce, the hospitalization, and everything else on top of that. It's understandable if you're feeling both physically and mentally exhausted. Well, you're right about that. I am tired, and things have been overwhelming at times. But I think the best thing for me right now is to get back to my normal life as quickly as possible. There's something comforting about getting back into the rhythm of daily routines, you know. I completely understand. Sometimes getting back to normal is the best thing for your recovery. Thank you so much for your concern, though. It means a lot to me that you're thinking of me. Oh, and speaking of things, there's something I should probably mention to you. What is it? It seems your father has been removed from his position as company president. Wait, really? That's unexpected. Yeah, it turns out that the business deal with us was a huge opportunity for the company, a make-or-break mission that would determine their future. However, when the president's daughter messed things up, the people in the company started demanding that he be held accountable. The situation ended with your father being removed from his role as president. It's a bit of a mess right now. Oh, I see. That's quite the turn of events. Well, to be honest, I had rejected that deal multiple times, even before all the chaos started. But I can imagine that your father was shocked. Yeah, I can only imagine. It must have been a huge shock for him, especially considering how things unfolded. He probably never anticipated that the daughter he's estranged from would be married to the son of the very company president they were negotiating with. And to top it off, that his youngest daughter would try to steal his wife's husband. It must have been a lot for him to process. Well, about that, it seems like my sister and Pete met by sheer coincidence. But as they spent more time together, Pete eventually revealed that he was the son of the company president and that his wife was my twin sister. At some point, my sister realized who he was, and knowing what had been going on, decided to invite Pete to join her. The misunderstanding where Pete was thought to be the next president was simply an error in judgment on their part. It wasn't intentional. And that's not just Pete's fault either. Honestly, where did we go wrong with how he was raised? I feel like I've caused you nothing but trouble, and I'm sorry. It's all been a mess, and I regret it. No, you don't have to apologize. It's not your fault. My family has caused you trouble, and I want to apologize for that. I know it hasn't been easy on you either. You know what? Once you're out of the hospital, how about we go out for a meal together? It doesn't matter that we're no longer mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, but the relationship we've built in the company is still important. I really don't want things to be awkward or tense between us. You're someone I've come to rely on, and I don't want to let anything damage that. Thank you. That really makes me happy to hear. I'm relieved that you're still willing to work together despite everything. I've always appreciated your support, and I look forward to continuing our professional relationship. Of course, and I'm sure we'll both be able to keep our personal and professional lives separate without letting anything interfere. I've always trusted you, and I hope we can move forward without any more complications." Yes, I agree. It's important for both of us to keep things civil and professional. I really appreciate that you're still willing to have this conversation despite everything that's happened. Absolutely. Life can throw so many unexpected challenges at us, but it's how we handle them that matters in the end. I'm glad we're able to speak so honestly about everything, and I'm confident we'll both come out of this stronger. I completely agree. I've learned a lot from this experience, and I know we both want what's best for the future. Let's continue to support each other moving forward. I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. Thank you for being understanding and willing to put everything behind us. I'm sure things will work out for the best. You're welcome. Let's move forward with positivity and focus on the future. I'm looking forward to continuing our work together. Likewise, thank you again for your understanding and for taking the time to speak with me. I really appreciate everything. Of course, it's the least I can do. Let's keep working together and make sure that everything gets back on track. Bailey's situation was difficult. After her parents' divorce, the entire family was torn apart, and she found herself having to fend for herself. It was a challenging time for her, as the separation had left a deep mark on everyone involved. The emotional toll was immense, and without any other option, she had to face the harsh reality of being alone. In order to survive, she had to look for ways to secure her living arrangements. The options available to her, however, were far from ideal. She sought out married men, hoping to find some form of financial stability, something that could get her through each day. Her decisions, however, didn't come without consequences. As it often happens in such situations, her actions led to yet another messy scandal, with accusations of misconduct and requests for compensation. It seemed as though each time she tried to secure a way of life, it only led to more problems and legal entanglements. Now she found herself in a position where she had to rely on a job that required her to put her body to use in order to make ends meet. It wasn't a situation she had envisioned for herself, but it was the reality she faced. Each day she had to make tough choices to ensure she could pay her bills and maintain a roof over her head. The cycle of seeking financial support from others only to face humiliation and new challenges was something she had become all too familiar with, yet, despite it all, Bailey kept pushing forward, finding a way to survive each day. Then there was my son, Pete. Unlike Bailey, Pete didn't have debts, but he wasn't in a much better position. While he was debt-free, he also lacked the savings necessary to provide for himself with any security. His life, therefore, was a constant struggle, living paycheck to paycheck. He found himself struggling to make ends meet every single day. It wasn't just about making ends meet. It was about living with the constant stress of not knowing if tomorrow would bring more hardship. He had no financial cushion to fall back on, no savings account to dip into when things got tight. In many ways, Pete's life was a reflection of the uncertainty that had plagued him. He had hoped for a better future, but without the necessary resources or stability, his dreams often felt just out of reach. One of the biggest challenges Pete faced was his lack of special skill or ability that would set him apart from the competition. He didn't have a unique talent or qualification that could guarantee him a good job, something that could elevate him above the rest. Instead, Pete found himself in a job market that was increasingly competitive, with fewer opportunities available for people without specific skills or experience. Despite his best efforts, he wasn't able to land a decent job. He aimed high, hoping to find something that would allow him to live a more comfortable life. But his expectations often exceeded what he was qualified for. His high hopes and ambition weren't enough to overcome the lack of practical experience or a clear career path. Each failed job application and each missed opportunity added to the frustration, making him feel more lost and disconnected from the success he had once envisioned. Now Pete's life had come down to day labor. It wasn't glamorous, and it certainly wasn't the dream he had for himself, but it was the reality he had to face. Every day he worked hard, barely making enough to survive. The hours were long, the work was physically demanding, and the pay was minimal. Yet it was the one thing that kept him afloat. With each passing day, he pushed himself to keep going, to find a way to keep surviving. The stress of living paycheck to paycheck was unrelenting. It seemed as though no matter how hard he worked, there was always something that drained him. Whether it was the rising cost of living, the uncertainty of his future, or the constant pressure to do more with less. The struggles of both Bailey and Pete were a reminder of how quickly life could spiral out of control. What seemed like a simple issue, whether it was a bad decision, a missed opportunity, or an inability to plan for the future, could quickly lead to a chain of events that altered the course of someone's life. For Bailey, it was a series of poor choices that left her in a precarious situation, relying on relationships with married men and eventually ending up in a job she never imagined. For Pete, it was the failure to develop marketable skills and the inability to find stable employment that left him living paycheck to paycheck, always struggling to stay afloat. The weight of their struggles was overwhelming, and it seemed as though there was no easy way out. While I dealt with my own difficulties, I watched my children struggle, each in their own way, and it left me feeling conflicted. On one hand, I understood the pressures they faced and sympathized with their struggles. On the other hand, I couldn't help but feel frustration, knowing that they were not doing enough to change their situations. The choices they made led them down difficult paths, and now they were facing the consequences. It was hard to watch, especially knowing that there was only so much I could do to help. Eventually, after a period of constant turmoil, things began to settle down. The family drama and the financial struggles seemed to have calmed, and there was a brief sense of peace. It was at this point that I made the decision to step down from my role as president of the company. I had been in charge for so long, and the responsibility had taken a toll on me. It was time for me to let go, to allow someone else to take over the reins and steer the company in a new direction. I chose to pass on the position to the executive director, someone I trusted to guide the company into the future. With the leadership transition complete, my focus shifted. I decided to focus on expanding our operations internationally, particularly in China, where we had an opportunity to establish a new base. This was a critical time for the company, and I knew that it was important for us to establish a strong presence in the Chinese market. To help me with this, I brought on Mary, who had made a remarkable recovery from her previous issues, as my assistant. Mary was a loyal and capable individual, and I knew that she would be invaluable in helping me navigate this new venture. Together, we headed to China, where we would face the challenges of establishing a new business presence in a foreign market. The road ahead was not easy, and there would be many obstacles to overcome, but it was an exciting time, a new beginning, a fresh start, and a chance to make a lasting impact. As I reflected on the journey that had brought me to this point, I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation for what was to come. I had faced my own struggles and had watched my children face theirs. But now it was time to focus on the future, on new opportunities, and on building something that would make a difference. In many ways, this new chapter felt like a chance for redemption. It was a chance to rebuild, to create something meaningful, and to find success in a new environment. With Mary by my side and a renewed sense of purpose, I was ready to take on the challenges ahead. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to make it work. After everything that had happened, I was ready to embrace the new opportunities that lay before me, knowing that this was my chance to make a fresh start.
Huh? Why are you two here? I don't remember sending you an invitation, did I?
This is my brother's housewarming party, so of course my mother and I are here. We don't need an invitation. We have every right to attend, especially considering that we already spoke with him and everything about it.
Oh, really? Well, just to remind you, this is also my house, okay? I really don't want uninvited guests just waltzing in here like they own the place. I mean, I was genuinely shocked when I saw you on the intercom screen.
Regardless, my brother will welcome us warmly, so it's not really an issue, is it? There's nothing for you to worry about. Can we move past this now?
What's with that tone of yours, acting all high and mighty like that? Let me tell you something. Even if Dan welcomes you with open arms, this house is not the kind of place for people like you, poor and unrefined.
Excuse me? I'd like some clarification on what you mean by that.
Just take a good look around. This house is what you'd call a mansion, right? It's not something you'll ever experience in your lifetime. Someone like you who spends all day doing manual labor wouldn't even dream of living in a place like this. Do you disagree?
Whether this house is a mansion or not isn't the point. What matters is that this is my brother's home, so I have every reason to visit. I don't need to justify myself to you.
Let me make something clear. Dan is an extraordinarily successful man. And then there's you. Compared to him, you're just a low-income, uneducated nobody. Honestly, with such a disparity between the two of you, it's as though the blood ties between you have been severed.
What exactly are you trying to imply here? Are you saying something about our relationship as siblings?
I'm saying that when there is a big gap between siblings, it's only natural that the connection fades. In fact, I'd say the difference between Dan and you is so vast, it's like the two of you aren't even related anymore. I don't think it's up to you to decide something like that. Blood ties don't just vanish because you feel like they should. Oh, come on, don't take it so seriously. I was obviously joking, okay? It's just that people like you, who live paycheck to paycheck, don't seem to understand humor. Right, if you're done with your so-called humor, I'd like to go inside and see my brother now. Could you please let us in? Oh, fine. If you insist on being here, I won't stop you. Go ahead and come in. I'll unlock the door for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Winter, what exactly is the meaning of this? Huh? What do you mean? This is our housewarming party, of course. We've prepared a lovely feast. Oh, but unfortunately, we don't have seats for the two of you, so please feel free to use the balcony. I see. So this is how you've decided to treat us? By making such a petty gesture? Well, it can't be helped, can it? There really aren't any seats left. But you know, our house is a mansion, and even the balcony is stunningly beautiful. I think the winter night sky is breathtaking, and I highly recommend it. Oh, I'll lock the balcony door to help you focus on enjoying the view. That's fine. We'll just leave. Oh, is that so? Goodbye, then. And once you've realized your place, please don't bother coming here ever again. By the way, what exactly were you going to tell Dan about why we left? Oh, I'll just come up with some excuse. Dan is head over heels in love with me and trusts me completely, so no matter what nonsense you two might spout, he'll never believe a word of it. I have no intention of spouting anything. I'm sure to Dan you're a wonderful wife. It's not really my concern. Don't try to act tough just because you're bitter about the situation. It's honestly so pathetic. But whatever. Our house is far away from yours, so we're unlikely to ever cross paths again. Sorry for making you come all the way from the countryside for nothing. Oh, and make sure to tell that filthy, shabby-looking mother of yours the same. Excuse me? Don't tell me you don't understand what I said. Tell your filthy, obviously poor-looking mother the same thing. Take that comment back right now and I'll let it slide. Everything up until this point, I'll forget about it if you just retract that statement. Huh? What on earth are you suddenly saying? Why are you acting all high and mighty? Apologize and take back what you said. That's all it will take to resolve this. Why on earth would I apologize? Are you stupid? If I apologized to someone as lowly as you, my very soul would rot away. So you're refusing to apologize? Got it. Well then, don't say I didn't warn you. What could someone as lowly as you possibly do to someone like me? Someone who's clearly a winner in life. And while we're at it, why are you even talking to me so casually? Hey, pick up the phone already. I have been calling you over and over again. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it ringing. The noise around here is kind of loud right now. Wait, what? 300 calls? That's insane. No, this is way beyond insane. This is your doing, isn't it? What exactly are you talking about? Don't play dumb. I'm talking about you smashing the front of the house with heavy machinery. I can see it plain as day from the balcony. And what's worse, you're using your phone while operating that thing? Well, when you put it that way, I guess you're right. All right then, I'll stop answering your calls. Wait, no, hold on. Okay, fine. Just stop with the heavy machinery already. For the record, I'm sitting in the passenger seat right now. I'm not the one driving, so you can relax. Do you seriously think you can get away with something like this? This isn't some joke you can just laugh off. Oh, don't worry, I have no intention of treating this as a joke. What the? I don't even know what to say to that. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what, forget it. Put your mother on the phone. I need to talk to her. You could at least call her mother-in-law since she's also your husband's mom. Why not just come here in person? You only have to step outside your house after all. Like I'd risk leaving the house when someone is outside smashing it up with heavy machinery. Who knows what you'd do next? And if you manage to talk to her, then what exactly do you plan to accomplish? At the very least, I'd get a reasonable conversation, unlike this madness. You're absolutely insane driving straight into someone's property with a machine like that. So I'm the one who's insane, huh? Of course you are. How could anyone think otherwise? Wait a minute. That's it. I'm calling the police right now. Sure, go ahead. Call them all you want. Why are you so calm about this? If the police show up, you're definitely going to get arrested. And whoever's driving that machine will be too. If that's what you think, then why don't you go ahead and call them already? Oh, you bet I will. You're not going to get away with this, you criminals. Looks like the police have arrived. Serves you right. I hope they slap handcuffs on you and drag you away. You better look forward to paying a hefty amount in damages and compensation. Hey, Mira, Oh, it's rare for you to call me by name. What's going on? Well, after hearing so many things, I figured talking to you would be the best option. You're just doing whatever Dan and your mother tell you, right? It's clear that they control you, and it's not like you're doing anything outside of that. No, it was me who arranged for the heavy machinery, and it was me who said we should destroy the house. Dan has money, and he doesn't even want to look at this house anymore. He's finally come around to my way of thinking, so it's not just them pushing me. I didn't wait for anyone's permission. I took it into my hands and made sure we'd get the job done. I see. So you're just as crazy as everyone else. Fine. Let me talk to Dan then. He's not answering his phone. Maybe I can get him to listen to me and calm down. He's been avoiding me, and this whole situation is escalating way too far. Dan isn't in a state to talk right now. Honestly, it's not going to help to talk to him. He's not the one calling the shots here. So he's in shock, huh? He must be devastated after everything that happened with me. I get it. It's obvious from how he reacted before. I didn't think it would come to this, but now I see how deeply this has affected him. No, actually, he's jumping for joy as he watches the gate get torn down. He's thrilled, honestly. It's like a weight's been lifted off of him watching this house fall apart. It seems like he finds satisfaction in destroying something that was supposed to be perfect, something that he worked hard for. What? It seems like he gets some satisfaction from watching something that's newly built get destroyed. The whole thing just seems to be an outlet for him. Maybe it's a way of letting off steam after everything else that's been building up. Honestly, it's surprising, but also it's not the worst thing to happen right now. I see. So I've ended up marrying into a completely dysfunctional family. It's so messed up, all of this. Every single thing we're doing now is way beyond normal. It's so much worse than I ever imagined. How did I get myself into this mess? It wouldn't matter if it were us or anyone else. If you were involved with anyone, this is how it would turn out. This is the result of your own choices. If you had listened and stopped acting out of line, none of this would have happened. But here we are, and I'm not the one to blame. No way! I am the only one in the world experiencing this situation. And it's all your fault for starting this mess with the heavy machinery to destroy the house. You're the one who took it this far. You gave the order, and now everything is spiraling out of control. You have ruined everything. I was just thinking about walking into the house with a wooden sword and giving you a good beating. Would that have been better? You want to fight? You got one. I was so ready to take matters into my own hands before things got really out of hand. Wait, anyone who insults my mother, I don't plan on letting them walk away unharmed. You're not going to get away with this. If you think you can just do whatever you want and get away with it, think again. I've had enough. Wait, what? You're just joking, right? I am dead serious. But you know, my mom said the pain from a punch will fade in a few days, so it's boring. So I decided to destroy the thing you cared about most. You've been flaunting this house in front of us for so long, haven't you? It's the perfect way to hurt you. If you can't learn your lesson from this, then nothing else will get through to you. Your way of thinking is so messed up. And on top of that, once you lose Dan's trust, you'll have nothing left. A little injury can heal with time, but the things you lose, no matter how much time passes, you can't get those back. You've already lost so much, and this is just the beginning of what's coming. Did I do something so terrible to deserve this kind of punishment? I just mocked you a little, didn't I? It's not that bad. I don't understand how things could have gotten this out of control. I was just having fun, and now look where it's gone. This is madness. Insulting my mother in front of me is a serious crime. My mom raised me on her own, and I respect and appreciate her more than anyone else. Dan feels the same way. He owes everything to her. It was her earnings that helped him make something of himself. She worked so hard for us. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry. It's not just about what she's done for me, but for all of us. She's the reason we're here today. I get that you guys care about your mom, but honestly, she's really something else. That's exactly why I love her. When I went off the rails, my mom didn't get angry at me. Instead, she gave me a wooden sword as a gift. With that sword as my trademark, I became the leader of the local girls in our area. But I guess that's not important. It sounds crazy, but that was my reality, and it's still something I carry with me to this day. So, about that wooden sword you had earlier. Yes, it's the one my mom gave me. By the way, I've never used it to hit anyone. I've always told myself I'll use it when I meet someone I can't forgive in life. If I come across someone who truly deserves it, I won't hesitate. I've been patient until now, but things are changing. You may just be the person who pushes me to that point. Does that mean I'm the one you're going to use it on? Where I'm from, nobody ever talked down to us. Dan's position kept me from doing anything until now, but I can't hold back anymore. You pushed me to this point, and now there is no going back. Wait, please forgive me. Please don't hit me. You don't deserve to have this sacred wooden sword swung at you. I don't want to commit any unnecessary sins either. I want to avoid violence, but you've left me with no other choice. If you don't listen to reason, this is where we end up. I'm thankful you won't hit me, but when I married Dan, I quit my job. I don't have any savings, so how am I supposed to live from now on? What do you expect me to do? I put everything on the line, and now I'm stuck. I don't know how I'm going to make it. How should I know? Why don't you try living the lowly life you've mocked for so long? Of course, someone like you probably can't handle it, though. You think you can just walk through life without consequences? This is the reality now. Deal with it. How much longer are you going to keep mocking me? Fine, I'll tell you. My dad is the president of a famous company. If I ask him, I can easily get rid of you. If your daughter is this much of a mess, then I guess your blood ties must be cut off automatically, huh? Don't you dare mock me! I'll never forgive you, Dan, or your mother. I'll make you regret trying to stand up to me, you lowlife. Oh, so that's how it's going to be. What? What did you do? What? What do you mean? Did you get locked out on the balcony? You know exactly what you did. You locked the door from behind, didn't you? Open it now. You're the one who said lowlifes should go to the balcony, right? Well, that's where you belong now, since you're about to become one. During her marriage, Winter had embraced a life of success. She adorned herself with designer clothing, reveled in lavish vacations, and indulged in an extravagant lifestyle, all supported by Dan's financial resources. However, when the divorce severed her access to that wealth, the world began to unravel. She had no job, no personal savings, and no plan for sustaining the lifestyle she had grown accustomed to. Beyond losing her social status, Winter was burdened with a staggering amount of debt, millions of dollars that encompassed alimony, legal fees, and unpaid bills for her years of unchecked spending. It was a sobering reality check for someone who had built her identity on wealth and appearances. Desperate for a way out of her financial turmoil, Winter turned to her parents for support. Her father, the president of a prominent and successful corporation, had the means to help, but his response was far from sympathetic. A man of discipline with high expectations, he had always instilled the importance of independence and hard work in his children. Winter, however, had ignored those values, choosing to instead rely on her own relationships, particularly her marriage, for security. Her father was not just disappointed in her predicament, but was also angered by the recklessness that had led her there. Winter's father viewed her downfall as the accumulation of years of poor choices that contradicted the principles he lived by. He had built his fortune through diligence and integrity, and seeing his daughter squander her privileges and opportunity was a deep blow to his pride. Rather than offering financial assistance, he delivered harsh words of disappointment, forcing Winter to confront the consequences of her actions alone. The realization that her father's support was not forthcoming was devastating, leaving her with a sense of isolation and despair. With no safety net to catch her, Winter's fall from grace was swift and unforgiving. The social circles she once dominated no longer welcomed her, and the lavish lifestyle she had flaunted was now a distant memory. Her disappearance from the public eye was as dramatic as her rise had been. Friends speculated about her whereabouts, but the truth remained elusive. Was she hiding from the shame of her situation, or was she attempting to rebuild her life from scratch? The questions lingered, but Winter offered no answers. Her journey downward prompted a deeper reflection on her choices and priorities. Once Winter had looked down on those who struggled financially, believing herself untouchable. Now she found herself in the very position she had once mocked, powerless, vulnerable, and reliant on the goodwill of others. The shift in her circumstances raised poignant questions. Did she regret the decisions that led her here? Did she see the flaws in her reliance on superficial markers of success? Or did she cling to resentment, blaming others for her plight? The answers remained unclear, shrouded in the silence that surrounded her. In stark contrast, Dan's post-divorce journey took an entirely different trajectory. After enduring the public fallout of his infidelity and the subsequent legal battle, Dan chose to let go of the marital trappings that had defined his marriage to Winter. He sold the land they had once planned to use for the dream home, a grand mansion that symbolized their shared aspirations of wealth and status. For Dan, the divorce marked a turning point. He realized that the life he had built with Winter, one centered on appearances and excess, had brought him no real happiness. Dan downsized his life, moving into a modest apartment and adopting a simpler, more grounded approach to life. He abandoned the pursuit of marital wealth, focusing instead on his career and personal growth. Returning to his work as a doctor, he found renewed purpose in helping others. For Dan, the satisfaction of making a difference in his patients' lives far outweighed the fleeting pressure of luxury vacations or designer possessions. This shift in perspective allowed Dan to rebuild his life on his own terms. No longer driven by societal expectations or the need to impress others, he prioritized his well-being and professional fulfillment. While his new life lacked the glamour of his past, it offered a deeper sense of contentment and peace. Dan's journey stood as a stark contrast to Winter's struggles, highlighting the resilience and clarity that can emerge from adversity when one is willing to embrace change.
I was thinking.
What is it, Lauren?
Do you ever visit your in-laws? Because I can't recall a time that you were never around for festivities. Even for, Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Well, no, we don't visit our parents.
Why not? Don't they ever ask you?
I guess my brother never explained to you our situation with my in-laws. Sorry, I should have asked him to fill you in. I didn't mean to keep you in the dark.
So, do you have any issues with them or something? Is that why you're so distant?
It was actually not my decision that we ended up this way. My husband made the final call. It's been over 3 years now since we last saw them. But basically, John wasn't getting along with his parents, and when things started to fall apart between them, his parents began to bully me. It became a huge stress for the two of us, so we ended up distancing ourselves from them, which was a very sad thing to do, but it was necessary for us to remain happy.
Oh, I see. So is that why John took your last name?
Yeah, it is. Things got so bad that he didn't want to carry his family name anymore. We never understood why they turned out the way they did, but we just couldn't deal with them anymore. And he didn't want them to come after him, so he decided to change names.
Wow, I had no idea. But I'm so jealous.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, I wish I didn't have to deal with in-laws either. I wouldn't have to deal with old people anymore. It would make my life so much easier if I could just cut ties with mine. You should feel lucky that you don't have to worry about them.
Okay.
Don't you think it's the biggest downfall of being married? It was for me when I married your brother. I mean, you have your own folks to worry about, right? But on top of that, you have to worry about another set of demanding old people and keeping them pleased. I mean, I'm sure you have a rough time with yours at first too. But look at you now, all worry-free. I envy you. I guess. I couldn't believe Ben when he said he wanted to live down the street from his parents when we literally married for 2 minutes before we moved here. I mean, I am glad we at least found a nice apartment, big enough and everything, but I would rather not have to deal with the in-laws. They are such a burden, you know. They're always calling me, asking for a ride, or helping them carry something.
Lauren, dear, I think you are forgetting who I am. What do you mean? I mean that I am your husband's sister, which also means that your in-laws are actually my parents. Are you trying to tell me that they are being mean to you? In which case, I would help you in a heartbeat. But I don't think that this is the case right now, is it? I know they need a lot of help, but they try to keep their distance, at least when they don't need physical assistance.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they're trying hard enough.
Well, I am sorry that you feel that way, but they are. Especially my mom. She hates to be dependent on you and Ben.
Whatever.
Listen, Lauren, I know your mind just slipped, but what you said about my parents earlier kind of hurt my feelings. So please be careful about what you say. It's never nice to hear someone talk badly about their family. I'm sure you understand.
I was just making a general comment. You don't have to be so harsh, Alicia.
I'm being harsh? I'm sure that you would feel annoyed if I said anything bad about the people you cared about. And for the record, the reason why you moved close to my parents was because you two couldn't afford to live in the city anymore, was it not? My parents offered to help you two pay rent for that apartment, in exchange that you guys help them to get around because they both have bad knees now. And yet, as far as I understand, it is my mom helping you with all the chores around your apartment when you are busy job hunting. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think that you are in the position to complain. You should be grateful for the help that you've been receiving.
Well, I guess. But I didn't start this conversation to get scolded by you. I was just making small talk.
I get it. And I can't control how you feel about my parents. But you should at least be careful who you spill those feelings to. There's no need to hurt people like that.
Sure, Alicia. You're so right. I should have known better than to try and have a real conversation with you.
What the heck does that mean? Hello? Lauren?
Do you have a minute, Alicia?
Hey, Ben. Yeah, of course. Is everything okay? Unlike you to message me instead of just calling me.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to hear me speaking to you.
Oh dear. I sense something serious is going on. Kind of serious, yes? What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, the thing is, and I know this is out of the blue, Lauren is claiming that Mom is being mean to her. Mean as in bullying her, apparently.
What?
She doesn't want to live close to them, so she wants to move out of town and go back to the city, but right now she feels that it's better that she looks for a job in this area instead of the city. So instead of us moving, she's asking that they move out of town so that she doesn't have to see her anymore.
Whoa, hold your horses! She wants Mom and Dad to move from the town they've been living since we were born?
I know, right? She just ambushed me with all this information.
Ben, I'm sorry. I know that Lauren is your wife and you love her. But do you believe her? I mean, we are talking about her mother here.
I know. I hate to not be able to believe in my wife, I really do. But I also don't think Mom is capable of being mean to anyone. I at least don't have evidence that she has been, so no, I can't just jump to a conclusion and believe everything Lauren says about Mom. I think I'm gonna have to speak to the both of them before I decide on anything.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that you at least trust Mom too. You certainly should clarify the situation with the two for sure.
What I need your advice on is what to ask Mom, though. I mean, I can't just go up to her and ask, "Have you been bullying my wife?" She'd be so upset if I ever asked her like that. But then again, how the hell do I even bring out a topic like that to her? Besides, I'm super busy with this project that I've been assigned to. I've barely been home, and on top of that, I'm going on a business trip in 2 days to complete a training for my new position. I have so much on my mind right now, I don't know if I can deal with everything in the right manner. It feels like my head is about to explode.
Okay, I understand. It's alright, dear. Don't stress yourself out too much. Do you have any time to swing by my house tonight or tomorrow? It'll be a super quick stop, I promise.
I guess I could tonight, but why?
I'm gonna give you my secret weapon, brother. Come see me tonight when you can. I'm always up late anyway, so no rush.
Okay, I'll call you again when I'm ready to leave work.
Sure, I'll be here.
Hey, Alicia, I got it all set up. We're good to go. How long do you think I should keep it running?
I let it run about a month when I used it before, but it's up to you and the content, I guess.
Okay, well, I want to be sure to catch as much information, so I won't remove it for at least a month. Is it okay if I keep it that long, though?
Yeah, of course. That's why I gave it to you. I don't have any plans to use it anyway, thankfully. You can keep it if you want.
Okay, thanks so much, Alicia.
Anytime. I hope you get what you need. Have a safe trip, yeah?
Yes, thanks. I'll message you when I get back.
Hey, Alicia. I have a question.
Hi, Lauren. What's up?
Your condo, it has 3 bedrooms, right?
Yeah, it is. Why do you ask?
Whose name is it under?
That's a weird question. It's under my husband's. Why are you asking me this? Are you interested in buying a condo?
I see. A 3-bedroom for the 2 of you. So you've got plenty of space. Okay, got it. Thanks.
What? Lauren, what do you need to know? Hello?
Hey, Alicia, I just got back from my training.
Hey, how was your trip?
Busy, but it was resourceful. About that thing we set up before my trip, I checked what I've got on it as soon as I got home, and, well, it looks like we never had to wait a whole month after all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What are you doing tonight?
I have plans to go out tonight, but I am free this whole weekend.
Okay, then can I visit you tomorrow? With Mom?
With Mom? Yeah, sure.
And is it alright if she stays with you for a little while?
Of course she can stay with us. But is everything okay? Thanks.
Well, let's just say you'll be surprised to learn what I've found. Is it alright if we're at your condo around 10 a.m.?
Sounds good.
Okay, see you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for earlier, sis, and thanks for taking Mom in. I just wanted her to feel safe, you know?
Hey, of course. You are doing the right thing. Don't you worry about anything here. She'll be in good hands. Are you back home now?
No, I couldn't go home. I mean, I will go eventually, but I just needed some time to think about everything, so I stopped by my office. No one's here on the weekends, so it's nice and quiet.
I understand. This is all very difficult to take in. I can't believe what we saw earlier.
I know. But hey, I'm glad you gave me that surveillance camera to record what went on in my house, or else things could have gotten worse. I never imagined that my own wife could be so awful to my mother. I mean, it was pretty bad.
I know. Who would have thought that a grown woman would lie like that? She is being bullied, when in reality she is the one bullying.
And that message between you and Lauren that you showed me about her complaining that our parents are so demanding, or how she doesn't want them around, that was also quite shocking for me. But it helps me understand the kind of person she is, so I'm glad you showed me.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I had to show them to you. But after seeing that footage, it doesn't make sense to keep it from you. What did you think about them anyway?
I mean, I think you're totally right. For some reason, Lauren considers in-laws to be enemies, and whatever the reason may be, it's probably why she began to bully Mom in the first place. And that short conversation about the size of your condo, it's as if she's considering where to place Mom.
Yeah, that was totally random, but it makes sense now. Oh, speak of the devil. Lauren is messaging me now. I wonder what this is about. I'm going to see what she is up to.
Wow, how timely of her. Okay, well, let me know when you're done exchanging messages with her. I have a few things I'd like to say as well.
Got you. I'll keep you posted.
Hi, Alicia. Thank you so much for agreeing to take your mother-in-law. I am really glad she will be off my back for a little while. I'm sure Ben has told you by now. But I've been struggling with her for a while. I couldn't believe it at first, but she's been very mean to me, as if she didn't want me to be in the family anymore. I was so shocked when it all started. She was so nice to me when I first moved into town, but then for the past couple of months, she gradually began to bully me. At first, it was small things, like she would complain about the food I made for her, or she would make a huge mess in the room that I had just cleaned. But recently, it's been a lot worse. Like, I actually been bullied by her.
Lauren, just to be clear, are you being honest about what you are saying right now?
Of course. Why would I ever lie to you? I mean, think about it. Ben brought your mom to you to physically separate us so that she wouldn't do anything to me. Doesn't that prove that she is being harmful to me?
All right. Well, I guess this is between you and me then. That was your last chance, to be honest. But you're no longer welcome in my house or in our family.
Uh-huh.
And the Hawaii trip we were planning on going in the spring? You're not joining us.
What the hell? Why are you being mean to me as well? You know that Hawaii trip was the only thing that has kept me going amidst my stressful job hunting process. You can't just take that away from me. That's just too mean.
You know what, Lauren? Nothing you can say can make me reconsider. Because I know you're making everything about my mother. You've been busted.
Uh-huh.
My brother didn't bring my mother to me to save you. He did it to save her from being bullied by you, the daughter-in-law.
What? How can you accuse me for something like that? I have never bullied your mother. She's the one bullying me. You are the one making horrible stories, crazy ones. How horrible of you.
No, I'm not making anything up. In fact, I can prove it.
Excuse me?
I know everything, Lauren. I know that the true story is that you invite my mother to dinner just so you can mess with her food, or that you pretend like she trashes your house, but it's only that you have never cleaned it in the first place. I also know that you call her names every time she is near you. You take advantage of her helping you with chores, and you return it with betrayal. None of us will ever believe anything you say.
How the hell did you know all of this?
Because we set up a surveillance camera in your apartment.
What? A camera?
Just to be clear, there is nothing illegal to set up a camera in the house for security purposes.
But you invaded my privacy. That is totally unfair.
Unfair? You tried to set my mother up for bullying you. Tells me that I am being unfair? Don't make me laugh. Anyway, you're no longer a part of this family as of now. I'm sure Ben was planning on telling you later, but I will just tell you now. You can pack your stuff now and get ready to leave. You don't belong in that apartment.
What? Alicia, just because you are my sister-in-law doesn't give you the right to tell me what to do. Whether I leave or not is up to Ben and I.
Actually, I do have a say in this, because I own your apartment.
What? No, you are not.
Yeah, I am. I bought it 3 years ago.
No, it can't be. I heard this apartment belongs to someone's uncle.
Yeah, it used to be owned by my mother's uncle, but I bought it from him when he let it go.
Huh?
You know how I run my own business, right? Well, I had initially intended to use that apartment as my office, but then my business quickly turned into something bigger than I had anticipated. So I didn't stay there long, and instead got a bigger, proper office in the city. I was getting prepared to have the apartment renovated, but then my mother asked if you two could live there.
How the hell did I not know that?
Probably because you never were interested, therefore wasn't listening. How would I know what you do and don't?
Well, you just can't kick me out. You have no reason to.
I don't need a reason to kick you out, silly. I am the owner. I have the say in who lives there and who don't. Besides, like I said, that apartment was supposed to get a renovation, so I am going to get everything nicely redone and rent it out for a higher price.
You're getting this place redone? Well, that's great news. Listen, Alicia, I think we got off the wrong foot here. There's really no need for any hostility. Let's be friends again, like we've been before.
No, none of that talk is necessary. And for the record, I never considered you as a friend with that nasty attitude of yours. Anyway, I have been asked to let Ben know when I am done talking to you, so I am going to let him have his turn now. Good luck talking to him. I'm sure he has a lot to say to you. Bye.
Wait, Alicia! Hello? Hey, it's alright. You don't have to hassle yourself to kick me out. I will just call your mom right now and apologize. I'm sure every misunderstanding will be solved by then.
What? No! Keep her out of this. Lauren! Ben, you need to stop Lauren right now.
What's going on?
She is frantically calling Mom, and she is trying to apologize to get herself out of trouble. Mom is terrified, so I turned off the device just now. But she can't have it turned off forever. Can you stop her now? Please.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lauren, you will stop what you are doing now! Leave my mother alone!
But Ben, you don't understand. They are trying to break us up. If I don't apologize to your mother, your sister is going to kick me out. You don't want that, do you, baby?
Oh yeah, I am totally fine with us breaking up. In fact, my heart has been set on getting a divorce for a few days now.
Huh? Why?
What do you mean, why? Alicia already gave you a rundown of things, hasn't she? You know I know what you've been doing.
Come on, baby. You know, it's not something to get a divorce over. I think everybody's just being a little dramatic. Your mother and I were just being girls, you know? We were just having bad moments, but it's gonna be okay.
No, don't give me that crap, Lauren. Why don't you show your true self to me? Tell me what you told my sister, or shall I remind you?
I don't know what you are talking about.
You don't want to waste any time maintaining a relationship with your in-laws, right? You told Alicia that you wish you didn't have to deal with them.
Oh, that was just me whining a little. Didn't mean anything, I swear.
It's a little too late to swear on anything, but you should be happy since you're getting what you wanted.
I can't believe Alicia told you. She is such a snitch. That was a private conversation between the two of us.
She wasn't going to tell me because she was hoping you'd be smarter than to treat my parents disrespectfully. But then she found out that you were being harmful to my mother, and on top of that, you actually had the nerve to make up a fake story that she was bullying you. Alicia showed me the conversation between you and her because she was furious that you degrade our innocent mother.
Ben, sweetheart, it's not what you think. I wasn't trying to degrade your mother.
Stop lying to me for once! Tell me the truth. You thought it would make your life easier if you were able to cut ties with my parents, right? You didn't want them taking any moment of your precious life, so you tried to cut them out of the picture. Isn't that the truth? Well, I'll tell you what you can do to make that happen. Just divorce me. You get what you want that way, right?
No, Ben, there's no point if you're out of the picture too. I only wanted it to be the two of us.
Why the hell would I end things with my parents who I have a great relationship with?
Well, Alicia told me about her in-laws and I just thought I could make it happen on my end too.
You are crazy. Don't you see that we're not in the same shoes at all? They actually had real issues. No one was faking or making up stories. Of course it's not gonna work.
Ben, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. I'm really sorry.
No, it's over. I can never trust you again. I already gave your parents a call. They know what you've done, and they are so furious. They should be on their way to pick you up now, so start packing.
Wait, what? You called my parents?
Yeah, because I know you won't leave on your own, will you? I'm not gonna hassle myself to drag you out of the house, so who else would, other than your parents?
Ben, seriously, none of this is necessary. I told you that I am sorry. Please pick up. Just give me a chance to talk to you, please. I don't want a divorce. Ben? Ben!
Lauren's parents arrived at her apartment soon after and dragged her out. Apparently, Lauren acted as if she was the victim and tried to get her parents to sympathize. But her father was already mad about what she had done. He coldly told her that she was an embarrassment to the family and quietly moved her and her belongings to a truck and drove away. Later on, my mother sued Lauren for emotional distress. She also asked for a compensation of her personal goods, which we later found out Lauren has been selling on the internet behind her back. To our surprise, Lauren was living off the money she made by stealing pieces from my mother's large antique collection for months. The money was spent on bags and shoes from luxury brands and had blown up to more than $10,000. Lauren was able to pay for all the damages she caused, but had to give up every penny she had ever saved, leaving her completely broke. And without any help from her parents, she is now completely on her own. The last I heard, she is living a hard life, working a low-paying job and barely able to keep herself under a roof.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.